So my name is Badr Albanna. I'm in the Natural Sciences Department at Lincoln Center. I'm a physicist who studies neuroscience. And I'm coming at this as somebody who is not an expert, but a practitioner who very much wants to get better at this aspect of my teaching. I've encountered a number of students over the years of teaching with a variety of disabilities. A lot of students with various types of visual disabilities, primarily color blindness, but also partial blindness. And also students with a lot of affective issues, so primarily chronic anxiety and depression related to chronic anxiety, and of the issues that I'm aware of. So as somebody who's sort of working on this himself, I wanted to share some of the principles that I found particularly helpful in supporting these students and really all students, rather than any specific tips. So there were two principles in general that I wanted to share. So the first one was to basically involve students as much as possible in the curricular design process. So this goes beyond sort of looking at just feedback towards the end of the course. As much as you can, you want to sort of lay out front that this is their course as much as your own, and that you can find opportunities, particularly around major assessments, to discuss with students and have them reflect on what's ahead and what they've just done, reflect on what sorts of resources they need, both that you can provide and that they can share with each other, and just sort of how things are going, ways that they feel like the course could sort of move that would better support their learning and better support their engagement with the topic. In addition to doing it during the course, I found it really, really helpful to actually set some time aside right after the course is over to basically get a collection of students together, like with a range of different performances, but all students that seemed engaged in the course, to just sit down and talk with them about their experiences, what they found valuable, what they didn't, to get their sense of what they thought the goals of the course were, and sort of put them up against what you sort of thought you were trying to accomplish. And a lot of the actual ideas I've had for major assignments and big changes I've made to the course have really come out of those conversations and sort of really engaging with these students around sort of, if you could take this over, right, with a better version of this course, what would you have liked to see? So that's the first one. The second one had to do with trying to focus your coursework and your assessments around the goal of sort of building a community in the classroom. And this has a really, really practical reason, which is just that you can't be everywhere as an instructor. And to the extent that students are acting as a resource for each other, supporting each other in ways that you couldn't even be aware of, it really can enhance sort of the experience that students get in the class and the support that students with various needs get over the length of the course. And doing this can take a lot of different forms, both from just sort of stating this as a goal explicitly up front, structuring assignments to make sort of group work sort of at the heart of how not only students produce the work, but how it's assessed, but also looking at who students produce their work for. So very often, assignments sort of get structured to be produced for the instructor, right? It's something that we're there to evaluate rather than for the students themselves. And so trying to figure out ways to make your assignments as much as possible be something that, the work that other students will then find valuable and other students can then engage with, so it doesn't feel like it's an exercise directed at you, but really an experience that is directed collectively at the class as a whole. So those are my two principles.